Volume. Check, check. Okay, and we're live.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Crystal Morey. I'm the Director of Programs here at the Mackenzie Art Gallery. As is the case with live stream events, we are always gathering from different corners, various corners all over the world. And today I'm thrilled to be sharing physical space with my colleagues, Mackenzie Art Gallery Digital Exhibitions Consultants, Kat Blumke and Jonathan Carroll. We're joining you from the Digital Lab here at the Mackenzie, which is located on Treaty 4 territory in Oscana Ka'asasteiki, which is otherwise known as Regina. This is the traditional territory of the Nihil, the Saulteaux, the Dakota, Lakota, and Nakota people, and the homeland of the Métis Nation. On behalf of my colleagues at the gallery, I want to express gratitude to the elders and ancestors, past, present, and future, who have called this place home and whose actions have kept it in good shape for us. As guests here, we are grateful for the opportunity to exchange ideas with the land and the water and community as witness. We invite folks to join us in acknowledging where you are today through the event chat features. Today we're launching the second in our series of exhibitions that comprise the Mackenzie's Digital Exhibition Toolkit and Art Installation Launcher, a project designed to guide curators and artists alike through various approaches to online exhibition making. We're thrilled to be working with Marseille-based curator Tina Sauerlander on Echoes from the Future, who will join us in a few minutes for the first public tour of this new exhibition with John and Kat. Projects like the Digital Exhibition Toolkit are a wonderful reminder that collaboration is at the center of nearly all of our contemporary projects. On behalf of the Mackenzie, we are deeply grateful for support from the Digital Strategy Fund at the Canada Council for the Arts, which helped us realize the dreaming, the conceptualization, the realization, and presentation of this exciting series. And now I'll hand it over to Kat, John, Tina, and the artists for an introduction to the project.
Quietly shifting our physical bodies around. Let's get positioned. Hello, everybody.
Yeah, just checking our audio.
Thank you so much for being here today. My name's Jonathan Carroll.
And I'm Kat Blumke, and we're both digital exhibitions consultants here at the Mackenzie Art Gallery. Thank you, Crystal, for that wonderful introduction. We're, as Crystal mentioned, we're also joined with the artist and curator of this exhibit, Echoes from the Future, which we'll be diving into shortly. We also encourage you to actually join us in the exhibition alongside the artists, and which you can do so by following the link echoesfromthefuture.show. I'll be pasting that in the chat, and I'll also be pasting in the direct link in the chat as well.
So this is a multi-platform experimental digital exhibition that, as Crystal mentioned, is curated by Tina Sauerlander, with an amazing group of artists whose work that you can explore within a virtual world across a number of different platforms, whether you're on a Windows PC, Macintosh computer, also on virtual reality headsets. So that's for the Meta Quest or tethered headsets that are connected to the computer, such as the Rift or the Vive. In addition, there is a browser-based version of the show, and part of the reason is we wanted to make the show as accessible as possible, provided across as many different platforms as possible, so that you could experience it on whatever system you're using.
Yes. So let us enter the gallery now. Jonathan mentioned the browser-based version. If you want to join us inside this gallery space, you will need to download either the Windows or the Macintosh build for this. Okay, so we're in.
And here already we see some of our fellow gallery attendees. In the Echoes from the Future exhibition, everyone takes the form of kind of abstract octopus, or fewer limbs than an octopus might have. But we are experimenting with this exhibition with a multi-user experience, which we're very excited about. Of course, one of the greatest affordances that digital technology provides us is the possibility to create a shared space and to inhabit that space together. And that's, of course, a feature of art galleries and art exhibitions that we really wanted to bring into the digital world. And we were able to do that for this digital exhibition. So the other floating orbs that you might see, hopefully in the exhibition, are the other attendees. In this case, I think we have the artists who are in attendance with us. We're all these anonymous globes, so you never really know who you might be talking to. If you can hear us within the exhibition and you are in the exhibition, just know that we are live streaming our camera perspective. So your anonymous sphere will be on the live stream. If you don't want to, just move away from my voice. The audio within the exhibition is spatialized, so your proximity to my sphere, which I'm doing a little dance right now, I think, will determine how well you can hear me, and then also whether or not you're on the live stream. Oh, I might have to. Maybe I will just Can we get a check from someone who's inside the exhibit?
Mm-hmm. Can we get a check from anyone who's inside the exhibit if they can hear our feed right now?
Yes, I can hear you, Tina. Can you hear me?
We've got Tina's audio coming through, so we'll follow her avatar.
Yeah.
Thank you, folks at home.
We can hear you yes, can you hear us? Wonderful.
exhibition architecture deals with it, but also all the works allude to this juxtaposition, basically. And well, Kat, you just interrupt me, right? Otherwise, I
yes,
will
sorry,
continue.
Tina, we might just interrupt you briefly because we did have a bit of trouble. You weren't getting caught on the live stream. And I think we just started. Okay, we're just going to I think we're getting your live stream feed now. Nikki, can you confirm? Okay,
Yeah,
we've got
and
confirmation.
can
Sorry
every-
about that for folks
yeah.
following around for the live stream. Tina, would you mind just?
Thank you. Start from scratch,
Yes,
basically.
sorry about that.
Okay,
Thank you.
no worries, it's fine. But can everybody else in the room please mute the
We
microphone?
are getting some
because I
intense
have-
feedback though
Yes,
from
yeah,
people
exactly.
who are in the exhibit.
Yeah, if anyone
if
had-
people could move a little bit away from Tina's.
Or if you have headphones, you
Yes.
could wear headphones. That
Yeah.
would be awesome.
Yeah, so folks who are currently in the exhibit, we love ya. Put on those headphones.
Yes. Thank you for everyone. This is a very experimental project, and it's very fun to be sharing this space with you and encountering these new.
These new ways, these new intimacies together,
Yeah.
let's call it.
I quite like it. So yeah, if you have headphones to put on, that would be very helpful.
Yes, that would be really wonderful. But you can hear me now, and the live stream
Yes.
is fine also without the feedback loop?
Yeah, it sounds great now.
Oh, okay, perfect. Then I will start over again. So thank you so much, Mackenzie Art Gallery, for this opportunity for this exhibition. Thank you to Crystal, Jonathan, and Kat, who invited me to their detail project. And thank you to all the artists participating in the show. Aviv Ben, Laura Colmenares Guerra, Rainer Maria Matisek, Sarah Omok, Bianca Shoni Arroyo Kremes, Sabrina Raté, and Tamiko Thiel. As we all know, disruptive human activity continues to threaten the Earth's ecological balances, eradicating biodiversity and our planet's shared resources. This virtual exhibition highlights the artists who work across the diverse range of media to preserve nature in the digital realm, to reveal environmental devastation, and to speculate on future speculative life forms. And Echoes from the Future renders these current environmental issues visible in virtual reality. Yes, so we are all in a virtual exhibition space, and the exhibition architecture is basically a sparse landscape of rolling hills, and it is inspired by Bliss, which is the default wallpaper of Windows XP from 2001 on, a photo by Charles O'Riordan from 1996. And if you remember it shows a rolling landscape of rolling hills and very bright and saturated colors that appear quite unnaturally saturated, but Uriah says that it's actually natural colors and he never altered the photo. And compared to Bliss, the landscape here in the exhibition is rather pale, withered, and it could be either seen as a more realistic version of Bliss, or maybe a more dystopian version of the landscape. And yeah, in this juxtaposition, it already points out the inseparable entanglement of the physical impression and artificial digital imagery of nature. And this is a thought that will continue throughout the exhibition. That it's sometimes it's hard to decide whether things are natural or not, or digitally created, or based on photographs. And another important point the exhibition addresses is the interconnectedness of the present, the future, and the past. And how life on Earth could be preserved in the digital, and how life on this planet could look even without us in the future. We have works by Sabrina Raté, who works with the potential digital afterlife of flowers that would be then extinct. Sarah Omok deals with possible post-human futures and life forms after the human kind died out. The same with Rainer Maria Matisek's beings, new organisms for our planet and a post-human future. Bianca Shoni Arroyo Raimes presents The Last Species on Earth, which are also quite speculative. And Lauren preserves the Amazon region and renders it visible. And Tammy Coutiel and Slash P show what happens when plastic become the new corals. So all that reminds us also that our deeds of the past will influence our present and our future. And this is also a cycle that's going on. And yeah, well, digital technologies and virtual spaces as we have them here open the possibility to implement these post-human ideas and to create speculative scenarios in immersive spaces and show us other ways of preservation of nature other than the physical that already exists. Yes, so thank you so much for visiting the show and the live stream.
Yay, thank you, Tina. Thank you for that introduction.
Yes, thank you so much, Tina. And for those tuning in from home, folks who are watching on the live stream, just wanted to note that you can chat with us if you're trying to figure out how to get access to the actual download. There's a Zoom link that I shared in the chat that will give you some. We've got live tech support happening to help you join us on server. Tina, might I just ask you to perhaps send a text message to the artists who are maybe not on our tech support call that might be providing some of this, that might not be using headphones and will improve the user case, our audio potentially.
Yes, so please everyone use headphones in the space. We really receive massive feedback.
Okay, now we're just in the space with all the wonderful artists. We've got lots of people on the server here. Thanks everyone for coming. Trying to move over there. Oh, we found our feedback loop over here. Okay, so
this is some we're getting some very interesting opportunity to test out this experimental multi-user digital exhibition.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like Kat just said, if you take a look at the YouTube live stream, we just dropped our tech support link into the chat, which will allow you to join a Zoom call where we can give you some instructions on how to download the game and how to join the live server.
So we'll follow we'll follow around some avatars, hopefully the artists or the curator. All the audience members are free to chat with us live as well. Just be aware that you are live streaming to the rest of the world with your audio. But we can take a look here for Aviv Ben's paintings. Aviv, I think I believe you're with us right now.
Aviv, are you there? Otherwise, I'm of course happy to jump in for you.
Oh, great, Tina. Yeah, we have your audio still. That's great. Just very quietly. I'm just going to see if we can get a bit closer.
Yes,
Oh, yeah, I see it. Great.
Yeah, I'm just moving a little here, so that's me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, want to rotate around so you see the paintings, but still Tina in your. There we go.
Yeah. Perfect. This looks really cool. Okay. Well, Aviv, if you're here, just jump in. Otherwise, I will take over now and introduce your work and your installation. Aviv Ben's paintings reveal imagery of a speculative nature inhabited by grotesque beings and creatures with big eyes who stare out from the undergrowth at us. They are mysterious, charming, and absurd. And we are we encounter a landscape that is bright and in unnatural colors. And in Aviv's universe, we can also see that humans are absent. And then the question comes up, of course, if also the humans are already extinct in her universe, or have they maybe never existed in this exuberant world of nature? Or are the creatures we encounter the shadows of us who have finally become one with nature, instead of destroying it? And Aviv Ben understands painting as an act of compulsion and a ritualistic repetition of images, motifs, and ornaments. So she creates an immersive cosmos in her painting and painting series, which is installed here also in an immersive way. The paintings are bigger than life size, most of them, and they float. They float in the exhibition space, so that they are arranged in a spatial immersive, like a wood basically. And you can, with your avatar, you can dive through, you can float around them, you can float through them, you can see every detail very closely, and immerse yourself in the paintings. And so all the paintings also exist in the physical space, so they are all painted by hand and transformed here to be shown in the virtual exhibition. Thank you.
Yeah, we were really excited to be able to include painting work inside the digital exhibition. One of the goals in our project that we're doing here at the Mackenzie is to build out software that makes it easier to incorporate different media within a digital exhibition. We sort of think of the digital as this umbrella term that covers a wide array of different media that can be presented digitally. So presenting what you can think of as analog media in a digital setting was something really exciting, and especially because of this, as Tina was discussing, the ability to dive through the paintings, which I will sort of do now.
Yes. Let us demonstrate. We are joined by the artist on the server, but will be Tina. Thank you for that introduction. But if anyone has some questions for the artist, you're welcome to put in the chat or speak up inside the server close to these paintings, and we'll be and that communication can happen. And I can also read things out loud that are deposited in the chat.
There might be a problem with, we've been trying to post this Zoom link into the chat. That seems like it's not posting.
I'm posting again now, but I turned it on and off again. So let's see if this works.
Refresh the page. And again, that Zoom link is it's a tech support Zoom that you could go to if you're looking for help downloading the exhibition software onto your computer, so you can join it. Maybe just drop the link to John to see if they can post it as well. We could go tour another.
Yeah, Tina, is there another piece you'd like to continue with? There goes.
Well, I know that Tamiko is also not here, right? So maybe we can continue with Tamiko's work, and then the other artists should all be here, in fact.
Great.
Let's see.
Okay, so let's head over to Tamiko's work. We need a little tour guide flag that you can put on your avatar so everyone knows who to follow, but this is pretty fun.
Well, I will stand outside because of the sound.
Yes, there is audio in this work, so we'll try to keep that from interfering with the presentation.
Okay, are you there, Kat and Jonathan also?
Yes.
Yeah, we're just going to come a bit closer to you.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, well, you can also show the installation more closely.
Yeah.
I can't go more close.
Isn't that Tina?
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
So in Tamiko Thiel and /P's installation, what you saw, we see little seeds of cutlery, of flip-flops, and some other kind of, let's say, plastic waste, yeah, or plastic items. And the plastic here behaves like plants. So if you click on it, these little plastic seeds grow into plastic corals. And so you have the symbiosis of the behavior of natural plants with these plastic items, and it's like kind of a hybrid situation. And the title, What You Saw, refers to the biblical proverb, you reap what you sow, indicating that actions are always followed by consequences. So who sows plastic will reap plastic, right? And yeah, this work points out the extent to which plastic determines our natural ecosystem, as it has been found in the ocean, but also in the organisms of animals that live in the ocean, and it has also been already found in humans. So this work really addresses how much our world is basically based on plastic, and also yeah, like plastic is in every part of our life. It's hardly to live without it, and that's what the work addresses. And it is installed here in this kind of underwater bubble. So when you enter it, you will feel like it's underwater. You will have underwater sounds, and it's also a much more immersive feeling. So yeah, we had the chance to install this work, which is actually an augmented reality piece to be seen only on smartphones. We now have the possibility here to fully immerse in the coral reef that we can create here. Ideally, of course, with the VR headset version. So, yes, thank you.
I will just go in and activate it for the live stream. A funny function of the digital exhibition is that there are certain ways in which each exhibition is individualized to the person who's viewing it. Although we are sharing the space, some of the interactions in the space are not shared across the network. For example, here I am able to click on the plastics to grow plastic corals in Tamiko's work, but you might not. You're not going to see the plastic corals I'm growing in your own instance of the exhibition. Instead, you'll be able to click and grow.
Back up a little just for the audio. Yeah, great, thanks. Sorry, folks at home who might have been getting some spikes from loud audio. Thank you so much, Tina, for that introduction to Tamiko's work. It's been really great working with Tamiko and you on this project. Being surrounded by plastic devices that are connecting us at this moment, although not the forks or flip-flops specifically. It's been great to integrate this kind of thinking into the exhibit, and it's also been fun to put something that's very interactive for the audience members. So we will follow you to the next piece. I know we're joined by Laura right now. I'm not sure if that's where we want to head to next.
Yeah, why not? Laura, you're here, right?
I'm just gonna, hey Laura, we are in front of your work.
Paging Laura.
If you are able to join us, I think you are in the, yeah. If we can hear your voice in the virtual space, possibly no. Do you want to go right up close to it and we'll see, like very close so we can go close to your avatar?
We should be able to hear. It could be something like Zoom is hogging your
Right. It's a
audio.
possibility that Zoom might be taking your audio feed. If you want to try disconnecting from the Zoom tech support call briefly and see if that reroutes your audio. Thanks. I think we just got Laura back.
Someone else just joined. Thanks again, folks. I'm having a blast seeing how everything is working with this. We haven't had this many people log on to the exhibition yet, so this is a great experience for us as the kind of the facilitators, the tech side of the exhibition. It's great to see it being used and the unexpected and expected things that are happening. Do we have any Laura noise yet? I like all the little noises we're hearing.
Yeah, go up to those.
Hello. Are you Laura? Are you Laura?
I do like the idea of an art exhibition where no one knows who's the artist and we're all just congratulating each other on a job well done, which everybody here does deserve congratulations of a job well done because you made it here. You downloaded the app, you got it to work, you launched it, and you're being patient.
Okay, I'm guessing that Laura's still having audio issues.
Okay, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Again. Yep.
Yes, perfect. Okay. So Laura Colmenares Guerra, she embarked a 5-year-long research on the Amazon region, which she just completed in her comprehensive project Rios Trilogy, and we show works of chapter 3 here of Reverse. And what we can see in the middle of the installation is an interactive 3D model of the Amazon region, composed of 21 territories, delineated by the hydrological subbasins established by the primary tributaries of the Amazon basin. And here in the show, the user can interact with the entire map by selecting individual territories. So as a user, you can display and highlight the indigenous territories, the natural protected areas, and also the environmental threats. For example, the burnt areas, which is really heavy to digest, the oil blocks, mining, hydroelectric plants, and the road infrastructure. And then we have also 2 different videos. On the left side, we have kind of flight from the bird's eye perspective over the Amazon region, taken from a 3D model of the region. And on the right side, we immerse on a river, on the Amazon River, and we feel like we sit on a boat, and we hear Laura talking, and we learn about the indigenous peoples living in the Amazon region. And Laura speaks from a Western perspective, and she asks how we can relate and connect to the multifaceted Amazonia region, which is the largest rainforest on Earth, which is essential for the ecological balance of our entire planet. And she asks how can we change perspective and immerse ourselves in the complex region to truly understand it and change our behavior towards it. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Tina.
Oh, so which one is next?
Yeah, which one is next? Do we know if Sarah's still with us?
Yes, Sarah is still with us. So we go up to Sarah's. Sarah, can you hear us?
Is that you, Sarah?
Uh, can you hear me?
Yes, wonderful.
Yoo-hoo. Great. I can hear you very, very bad, but I'm happy that you can hear me.
Yeah, you're coming through
Yeah.
clear.
Yeah, you're coming through clear. Bit of an echo, but it's
Great.
sounding good.
Yes.
That's. I think it's echoes from the future. Am I right? It's. We should have known when we started this that there was going to be some feedback issues. Thank you so much, Sarah. Would you like to? We're just gonna follow your avatar around, and feel free to take us for a little tour of your work, or Tina, if you want to pitch in as well.
Maybe I can say some introduction about the project, which are the artworks from. It's called FASO, which means Post-Human Archaeological Studies Organization. And since 2014, I'm beyond other artistic projects, I work on this project to make a research about the Anthropocene from a future view of an intelligent species which will be on Earth when humankind already have been disappeared. And maybe Tina can say some words about the pieces which she chose for this exhibition. And thank you for having the possibility to show it here.
Thank you for
Thank you, Sarah.
including the work in it.
Yeah, so we understand you're joining us for the you've made a lot of effort today to ensure that this connection to the show works. So yeah, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Tina, we're just coming over to your avatar to focus on your voice.
I'm like moving around a little. Can you see me?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
No, I think Tina's up there, maybe.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Okay. There's a lot of people dancing right now.
Oh, yeah. On top of the skeleton, I am hanging, which gives a good overview.
Great.
Well, as Sarah already told, the perspective of her work is a speculative and futuristic post-human one. So everything we see here are excavation findings from eras or ages after the human age. So this is really important to understand about this installation. And we see here on the right side, we see the finding of a fish. And when you go closer, you will see that in this fish bottom or stomach, there's already some plastic pieces. And well, this sounds familiar, I guess. I just about this in Tamiko's installation. So the age of plastic, how the FASO organization describes it later, sees here the beginning basically of the hybridization of organic and live and anorganic items, like for example fishes and plastic. Or also we see the shell over there. It's the same idea. The shell is grown together with some cables and plastic pieces. Looks like a kind of battery, I would say. Well, and these are the starting points for the hybridization, and this is a development that will go on after the age of plastic into the age of the Eocene. And the Eocene, here we can see also findings of the Eocene just underneath myself and also Jonathan and Kat, I think. You will see a huge sun which has been excavated. So you can see that already the Eocene is over from the perspective we have here in the show. And what you see is a hybrid of a skeleton. So you see bone finds and also an airplane. And when you now look at the drawing on top left of it, you will see how this aeroplane hybrid bird thing was alive like to what time ever in the future, we don't know. And this is a reconstruction based on the archaeological findings of the excavation site we also see. And then we have the globe, and on the globe you can see like kind of white lines, and the white lines show the routes in which these airplane hybrids had been flying. Usually it's based on the find, so it's based on how many skeletons have been found on different places on the earth. So this is how FASO was able to reconstruct the routes of the airplanes. And yeah, you will see some interesting details because this globe is based on the world as we know it on our continents. And so it really you should take a closer look to the routes and how they have flown around our globe. Yes, thank you.
This piece represents a really interesting intervention into the landscape of the exhibition. It's really it's really working with the terrain that's inspired by this Bliss photograph. So I just love how this whole area is kind of taken over by the piece itself in a way that really that translates the concept really beautifully.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So then maybe Rainer. Rainer, you should be here, right?
Do we have a Rainer?
Okay. Yeah. You see it?
Rainer.
Yeah, I can see your screen, and yeah, so you're on Windows, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not seeing the, on the
I think I hear Rainer.
mute and unmute on the top corner there.
Are you Rainer? Are any of you?
Ah, great. I can hear you now.
Windows 10. I was trying to
Yes. Just come in the middle of your installation. Also, Kat and Jonathan, please come in and just yes, yeah. Quit the Zoom.
Oh, I think I hear Lauren.
and I say microphone setup.
Okay.
Are we finding Rainer?
I do. Rainer, are you? Can you?
I'm just going to just say something in the Zoom chat.
Yeah.
Sorry, Nikki, to interrupt your wonderful tech support with Laura. We just wanted to, if Rainer is still in the tech support chat, if he would be able to like move up and down really, really rapidly for the next 30 seconds so we can identify his avatar.
Do a little dance.
Sorry, you can continue with the tech support.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm
Looking for Rainer.
Oh, I hear him.
You hear me?
Yes, I can hear
Hello?
you, Rainer. Can you come
I'm
more in
going
the middle?
forward and backward, or
Yes.
left and right?
Go
Yes.
closer
Left
to
and
the
right. I go left and right.
Yes.
This
We
one.
can see you.
Hello, there you are, right?
Yes. Can you, Kat,
Okay, I'm
Jonathan, can
going.
you see him?
You hear me, everybody? Hello?
Yes, finally.
Hello.
I
Oh,
think
great,
these two. Yeah,
great.
these two here. Here we go.
Okay.
Here we go.
Yes. So
Wonderful.
Right.
Sounds great.
Mm-hmm.
no.
We may have lost Reiner's audio.
I'm here. Hello?
Oh, maybe you just weren't speaking?
Okay, yes.
Yeah,
I was
feel-
not speaking because I didn't know. Shall I speak? I can.
Yes.
I may.
Yes,
okay.
yes, if you'd like to
sorry.
speak. No, that's great. It's much better to have you not. Yeah, that's the better
Alright,
problem to
okay.
have.
Yeah, Reiner, do you want to introduce your work at all?
Well, I do have a crazy echo, so I hear what I said a couple of times after.
Okay.
But I don't mind. I can just start. I'm just facing a work of mine. It's called Dione valida. It's an organism with a high metabolic capacity. Modification happens exclusively through vegetative reproduction. Sexual reproduction does not occur. Under favorable circumstances, these organisms do not die, but they rejuvenate and multiply through separation and segmentation. These organisms have an unlimited lifespan. They do not live by the principles of the indivisible or of ending mortality, but reproduce through the pattern of repetitive opposition. The sexual drive is separated from vegetative reproduction. The central openings are covered with scales which point towards the body and make opening and closing motions. Closing happens as a reaction to a tactile impulse. And if you hit this one, it's rolling around this virtual landscape, which is a really nice feature. And my works are just designed for creatures that are not yet existing. And I think as well as biologists became technicians to create transgenetic organisms, artists themselves should more than biologists or other people from natural sciences take over. So in a way, just condensate your stuff. It's sure to crawl sometime. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for putting up with the echoes from the future too.
Yeah,
Or the echoes from the present or past. It is very lovely seeing everyone's little avatars playing, bumping around with your organisms, Reiner. So that's a lovely feature of the work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's an honor to be part of the show. Yes, it's great.
I just heard someone speak up. Is that I couldn't tell who though.
It's louder. I managed to connect to the sound.
Oh, wonderful. Are you this person that I'm looking at right now?
Say that again?
I was just wondering which floating ball you were.
I'm next to the boost zone.
It's wonderful seeing the balls flying through the organisms. Tina, would you like to? I don't know if Shoni is here right now.
Hi.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Do you want to do a little dance so we can find you? So yeah, up and down sort of thing.
Okay, like that.
Yeah,
yes,
that's you.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Okay.
Amazing. Let's all follow Shoni.
Yeah, would you be interested in introducing your work for us a little bit?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna, because of the audio, I'm just gonna move it 1 second.
Right, yeah. So this work for everyone who's in the exhibit does have audio, which means they might not be able to hear Shoni speaking very clearly if you're further away from her avatar and really close to the actual art.
And just a reminder,
Yeah.
if anyone just joined, if you're able to wear headphones, earphones, that'll help us with these echo problems.
Echoes from the present.
It's not your fault. It's another fun feature of this multi-user experience. Sorry, Shoni, go for it.
Okay, so last species on Earth, in an essence, creates a spectacle of the genetically altered organism. Through the eyes of the last two creatures who represent remainders of the natural world, we follow what it may be like if we lived in a post-natural world where organisms could be used to fuel our need for entertainment, much like a live nature documentary unfolding in real time. The definition of post-natural comes down to living things that have been intentionally altered by humans, as well as the study of the evolutionary consequences of these actions by civilization. The result are organisms who essentially function as patented life forms. The most well-known case for this is Monsanto's Terminator gene, which has been implemented into its seeds. This Terminator gene creates a product that can never reproduce for free, despite it being a natural organism. Many laboratories and corporations genetically alter organisms in a similar way in order to keep the organism from reproducing for free, essentially, often creating creatures who lack the ability to exist outside of the laboratory environment they were created in. Last Species on Earth was inspired by the moral dilemmas which come into play when we begin viewing living creatures as patented organisms in the same way. So that's essentially my meaning behind creating this. I don't know, Tina, if you want to go over.
Well, no, it was of course super interesting what you were explaining. Maybe from a personal perspective, I want to add that the work Last Species on Earth was a video, and it's the first time that you install it in a spatial installation here in the virtual space. And I love how, in comparison to the video version, that you can really dive in the elements, in the landscape, in this cosmos you have been creating, and how also these different spaces nest into each other. So later, when you have the chance to go into the dome, which we see in front of us, everything will again have a different meaning. You will feel you're part of the world that you're watching on screen, and then you will be. It is kind of reminiscent maybe of films like Existence or Inception, or these are thoughts that come up maybe when you understand that you're in the world you see on the screen. Yeah.
I really like the installation of this. The concept behind you as a Shoni, as a modeler and animator, then kind of letting us disassemble the animated videos that you've output into the constituent model parts. So when you go inside the dome, which maybe I'll do in a second, you get to see the video work that all these 3D models are a part of, and that's like Tina was just saying. It's really interesting to have those different layers. It really does feel like worlds within worlds. Maybe now I'll just take us in the live stream in for a tour.
Woohoo! Join us in the dome.
Can't get enough of these little guys. And then Interesting. This is another piece that kind of rewards exploration. As we were saying, you'll find a number of the elements from within the videos that you'll see inside the dome scattered about the landscape.
There's an avatar on the face.
Oh, if someone just asked a question in the exhibit, we're coming closer to you.
I think it was me. Don't worry.
Oh, hi. Yeah.
I have another question for you. Is this guy based on your animal friend?
Yeah, I was thinking of the most. I mean, because dogs are classically a byproduct of genetic breeding, and if anyone knows me, I have a pug, which I love very much, but is not even really a dog. It's like a semblance of a dog. So these are definitely inspired by her.
Definitely can imagine a pug being the last species on Earth.
Not one long for, independent survival, but certainly.
No, human dependent.
Amazing. Let's see, Tina, is there another piece you'd like to tour?
I'd love to take a look at Sabrina's.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, that's what I just said. Fabulous.
All right, so let's head over to the last piece, Sabrina's piece.
Although we might visit. Did we visit Laura's already?
Hmm?
Okay.
Yes, you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we're just trying to follow you and find you.
Sabrina, do you want to do a little dance if you're around here? Oh, might be a bit of lag.
Do you know where are you? I don't know where to go. Always some people.
This is very futuristic experience.
Yeah.
You're getting left behind on the tour.
To you.
Perfect.
Okay. Yeah.
So as Sabrina's work also has a sound, maybe we stay outside first, and then Jonathan, you give us Kate and Jonathan, you give us a tour afterwards inside the work.
We'll do that.
Yes, perfect. Great.
Yeah. So Floralia is. It takes different forms. First it's a video series. So four series for each plant that you can see. And the idea was to create these archives, but from the future. So in the future where our consciousness would have been digitized, and that our only relation with plants and nature would be through these digital archives. So the idea is that also each plant has its own soundtrack, and when it explodes, you get really inside the plant and hear maybe the sound of her or of its environment from the past. So this is a project inspired by, the Anthropocene and the question around that, and Donna Haraway's book, Staying with the Trouble, which had a huge influence on me. So there's a lot of, I actually used some quotes from the book to inspire the visuals. So these are like 3D scans of these plants that we can see in our surroundings that maybe we could take for granted and that one day could disappear and be experienced through virtual archives.
Thank you,
Fantastic.
Sabrina.
Thank you, Sabrina.
You're welcome.
I'm going to jump into the piece now. This work makes great use of these shaders that really reward getting up close and personal with the work itself, as well as the different sounds that you experience corresponding to the different work. And I also love how each piece, as it disintegrates, it kind of spreads out and occupies different parts of the exhibition. It feels like a living, breathing entity, expanding and contracting.
This is amazing.
It is amazing.
Yeah, it's definitely a section of the exhibition. I mean, all of the pieces reward like spending time with, but because of the nature of this one, the sort of disassembly, it's really lovely to sit with these ones for a while.
Yeah, really nice durational component to these. The animations, I guess. As well, the soundscape is just fantastic.
Yeah, and I think what Sabrina also does in these pieces,
If there are questions for the artists from folks watching the live stream, feel free to write them in the text chat, and I can relay them to the artists the best way that we can find. Or curator as well. if you have questions.
Sabrina, can you hear me?
Oh, I hear someone trying to ask a question.
Yeah, so have you worked in a virtual space like this with your works? Because there's often, I've seen them as planes in physical space.
Yeah, I did a few of exhibition, like, sorry, there's a lot of echo, so it's very hard to concentrate. I did a few exhibitions that way, but I must say that this one really could do the shaders and the colors closest as they are in the VR space. Because Flavalia also exists in virtual reality, so that's what we're using here to integrate into this space.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if that answers your question. Yeah.
I can see the feedbacks coming from this person I'm circling for.
Yes.
Very incriminating. The mouth moving.
Swarm them. We still love you, even if you're giving us a bit of feedback.
Yeah,
whoever
that's
you
a
are.
fantastic audience.
Yeah, it's a swarm of love.
Yeah. For anyone who is in Regina, around the Mackenzie Art Gallery, we are having an in-person opening tonight that we would love to see you at. You don't have a virtual reality headset. You can try it out here at the gallery. If you do have a virtual reality headset, you can download it on your computer, or you can download it onto your Meta Quest via the app Sideload. We have a whole collection of instructions on how to install the app onto your Quest on the website. The website for the show itself is echoesfromthefuture.show. It's really awesome that we're going to have this space that we can inhabit together, and I know Kat and I are going to be spending more time in here. Also going to continue updating some of the parts of the show as we've kind of experienced this past hour of being in here with you. I think we've seen a lot of the things we can do to make some of the multi-user aspects of this experience work better. So I want to thank you all for being really good quality assurance testers for us. Really thank you for experiencing this early beta version of our multi-user digital exhibition. Thank you so much to Tina and all of the artists for joining us as well and talking about your work. That's highly appreciated.
I'm just going to answer one question in the chat that's a developer question, and I think it's pertinent for all the audiences watching at home and for folks who want to join and try it for themselves. But the question is about the sound visualization and how we're able to hear the art and the other audience members in proximity to us as the sort of different experiences that each audience member has. The question was, are we all seeing the same thing at the same time, or are we experiencing different instances of this work?
Yeah, we are all experiencing our own instances of this work. So what I'm seeing here and what you're seeing via stream on my screen is different than what you will be seeing on your own screen. So we have some aspects of the exhibition that are synced across the network. For example, the position of our little spherical bodies. But there's many parts of the exhibition that are not synced across the network. The purpose of which I can hear a siren from someone's microphone. That's really funny. So that the purpose is we don't need to communicate too much stuff with the network so that it would slow down the overall performance. The most important thing for us is the sound from each person's avatar being communicated over the network, as well as the position of their avatar. I wonder if that sound is in. I don't think it's in the recording. Of the.
No.
That's very fun.
But thank you all so much for thanks so much for being with us here today. Thank you to all of our audiences who are tuning in, participating in the stream, and also being bravely logged into the server and contributing your presence, potentially also your sound. We love you for it.
It was a blast. So we're gonna end the live stream now. Feel free to keep hanging out in the exhibition for as long as you want.
If the artist or curator want to pop back into the Zoom for any comments, you have that link. And we'll be there once the live stream is.
Okay.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.